slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hey team, I get a lot of questions, and one of the most often asked questions in regards to marathon running is how long does it take to recover from a marathon? And of course, it really depends on the types of shoes you're wearing. I mean, if you're wearing these super type shoes where you can recover and there's more cushion on the shoes, you can recover faster from workouts and races wearing these like the Nike Alpha Fly 3s. I mean, I just recently got those myself. Was absolutely blown away by how easy it is to run wearing those shoes. So there's a lot of things and a lot of factors that go into how fast you recover from a marathon. Obviously, you want to make sure that immediately after a marathon you're hydrating well. If you can get a massage, definitely do so. If you can get into a ice bath, take a couple ice baths the week after a marathon. That will help to flush out those toxins and kind of break up some of the scar tissue that occurs and builds up as you're racing a marathon. And of course, you don't want to rush back into marathon training. I mean, every athlete's different, but with me personally, I have no issue whatsoever taking time off. Usually, even in my prime when I was running up towards over 140 miles a week, I relish those times, those days off. Okay, I mean, if you're doing, say, a 6-month buildup or even a year buildup for a marathon, again, depending on how much time you want to devote to a marathon, you do want to make sure that you're giving yourself some time off, some time to relax, some time to recharge and rebuild your muscles, and so the time after a marathon, I would highly recommend giving yourself between anywhere from a week to 2 weeks off, preferably 2 weeks off, because again, if you're one of those athletes like me and you run maybe 2 marathons a year, that time away will definitely help you to rebuild your muscles, rebuild and recharge your mentality as well. I think we spend so much time building up for these marathons, and it's not like a 5K or 1,500 on the track where you can spend a 12-week to 16-week buildup and relatively recover relatively quicker in these shorter races. You can recover very fast after a 1,500 or a 5,000. You can run many races because those races are so short, and versus running a marathon where you're running for several hours and you're really beating yourself up both physiologically as well as mentally in these types of races. So making sure that you're providing ample time to recover after you run a marathon is absolutely vital. I can't stress that enough. 2 weeks off is sufficient for most athletes, and I think that giving yourself a minimum of a week off. If you want to do some active rest and just kind of jog for a day or two after the race, 2 to 3 miles, very easy, just to shake out your legs, and you can do that. But or if you're using a marathon as more so a long run and you're training for another marathon, but you're focusing on that second marathon as going all out, okay, it's okay to do that long run, use a marathon as a long run, but make sure that you're giving yourself 3 days of easy, relaxed jogging after that particular effort. Okay, the recovery is absolutely vital, and really all of our major benefits as athletes, it occurs after the workout is done, or after in this case, if you're doing a marathon as a long run, that would be a workout. But if you're not aiming on going all out in that particular effort, and you're really just focusing on doing a marathon as a long run, as a preparatory workout for your second marathon, that's going to be an all-out effort. You want to make sure that recovery is there. Okay. So again, it really depends. If you're more advanced in the sport, even if you're very advanced in the sport and you have a lot of expertise and background, I do think that recovery is vital, and that giving yourself between 1 to 2 weeks off after a marathon is sufficient. It's enough time for your body to recover, but in so doing, make sure that you're hydrating well. Make sure that you also give yourself some time away from the sport, just to recharge. Like I said before, eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want, kind of like enjoy yourself, okay? Don't get so wrapped up in running that it bothers you and stresses you out so much that if I feel like if I can't, if I eat a McDonald's Happy Meal, and I don't, recommend eating too much fast food because, again, it's just chemicals. It's a bunch of crap. But again, during a 4-month to 6-month block of training, allow yourself some time to relax. Allow yourself to enjoy some time away from the sport, to eat whatever you want, relax. Also gain a few pounds. You're going to quickly lose those pounds as you start building back up for your next marathon anyways. Okay, so it is very important to just remind yourself that this is just running, okay? It's not end of the world if you have a few bad workouts or a few bad races. That's part of the game. There's ebbs and flows in the sport. I surely had plenty of them from 2002 when I first started running marathons, all the way up to even to the present day. I mean, I've had bad races, I've had great races, I've had PR races, I've had times where I was in that flow state where you're running splits that feel so relaxed and so easy because, again, you've spent so many months and so many years in many cases continually stressing the body, relaxing, allowing time for your body to recover, stressing the body, recover, stress the body. You're in that same routine over and over again that the body just adapts. And it does take, like I mentioned before, it takes about 28 days for the body to adapt to any stress you're placing on it. That's per Dr. Joe Vigil, one of the best exercise physiologists in the world. And many other coaches around the world also state that it does take around 3 to 4 weeks for the body to adapt. Okay, so make sure that if you're having issues hitting your splits in track workouts or tempo runs as you prepare for your marathons, make sure that you're giving yourself 3 to 4 weeks to adapt to that specific intensity, okay, before you start moving to the next intensity, okay? Don't get stressed out, and remember that, okay? But give yourself between 1 to 2 weeks completely off, okay? Again, every athlete's different in terms of how much time does it take to recover from a marathon. You can do some active rest, you can do some cross training, you can do some swimming. If you want to do 2 weeks of pool running where there's no stress on the body whatsoever, there's no impact, I would highly advise doing that if you want to stay active during those 2 weeks. But I would recommend giving yourself some time away. Okay, the marathon build-up takes so much time, so much effort that you're going to need that. So hopefully this was helpful for all of you that are wondering about that question. If you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to leave me a comment below. I'll definitely reach back out to you. Check out our resources on RunDreamAchieve.com or below any of my videos. And again, if you have anything else that's on your mind, feel free to leave me a comment. Like and share these videos. I really appreciate all of my subscribers, whether you're new or old. You all really bring so much to this channel, and thank you so much for your support.